Welcome to part 3. In the last video, we welded the frame back on, picked up some parts from the dealership, and began assembling some of the parts. Today we'll complete the car and hopefully get this thing out on the road. So they gave me the wrong fender, now I have to swap it out. Normally that's not a huge deal, but I have finals today, so it's a little annoying. I have to drive all the way to the dealership, which is like an hour away, and then an hour all the way back. I don't really have much time to be driving around and coming to the shop this week specifically, so normally it's a pretty easy process to purchase parts at the dealership, but today for some reason they were having trouble finding the right part, and finally they found the right fender. It's very similar. I think they gave me the one for the Z06. It's just a little bit of a different shape, and it has like some little marks that are like different. I don't know, it's hard to explain. But now I have to drive an hour back all the way to the shop and then all the way back home so I can finally start studying for a big final I have tomorrow. When I got back to the shop, there was a lot of progress being made. The headlight and the fender are being test fit, and the hood is back on. And you wouldn't believe it, the very next day I needed some more parts. They have so many parts here. There's all that. And we're back in the garage. Now to grab, I think, the final piece of the car. The final piece of the puzzle. The bumper. I actually bought this a while back, but it's not going to be useful until today. I did buy this used, and I didn't get another grill, so that will be broken for a little bit, I guess, but we can replace that later. The wheels are back on. It's coming along. After test fitting the bumper, this thing is starting to look like a real car. Now it's time to start it. Spoiler, it didn't start. We thought the battery was just dead, but it turns out it was just the anti-theft that was preventing the car from starting. She started, boys. Although I do need a new shift knob. This feels like a quick shifter, so I think this is an aftermarket one. Surprisingly, not even a check engine. Thing is sweet. Yeah, I like this. Of course. Gonna leave it running for a little bit, see if the coolant's doing its job. Also, I just kind of noticed, but it says, let's see, National Corvette Museum here. I don't know if that every Corvette has this little badge, but I haven't seen it before, so it's kind of cool. Now it's time to get this car on the ground and get it ready for paint. Here she is, all painted, guys. Look at this right here. Oh my gosh. Guys, it doesn't really get any much better than this. You'll see this, but this finger length away, all the way across. Finger length away, all the way across. I mean, this thing turned out so sick. So the reason we're waiting on the bumper is because of these little cables right here. If you see, they're kind of broken off from the crash, but they go to these little side lights right here. These little things right here, basically. There's two on the back and two on the front. And so those just came in today. So now we're gonna be able to put the side markers in with the proper connectors and basically put everything in, you know, wired up how it's supposed to be, and put this final piece right here. Also, I ordered a shift knob, but it hasn't came in yet. We'll put in the new horn. And I plugged in the new horn just to make sure it was working, and it seemed like it didn't work, but then we checked the fuse and it's blown. So as Chris fixes it, out with the old, in with the new. I didn't do the fancy transitions, but now that we're at the fuse box, I know there's one fuse for the exhaust to keep the valves open. I'm just not sure which one it is. Oh, could it be the 41 right there? Exhaust valve. Next, we just install the headlights. Pretty straightforward. Next, we put on the bumper and the new cables for the hood latch. All that is left to do is test drive this thing. This airbag is obviously in the way, but it's gonna be my first test drive after everything has all been set up. There's a little vibration coming from there somewhere. It's like a crazy noise.
car felt great, but the alignment was a little off, so the next day I took it to an alignment shop to get the rears and the front checked. Then it was time to finally clean this car. But before we do that, I want to thank you guys for watching all the way to part 3 on this series. I didn't expect many people to watch this at all, so seeing this is pretty great. Comment which cars you would like to see next. I already have some planned, but I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. Okay, now on with the video. Big thank you to everyone for watching this series. I hope you guys enjoyed.